You know, sometimes the best way to view an animal is just to get in the water with it. So to tell us more about the animals at the reef, here's SeaWorld aquarist Verlin Nolta. Hello, Verlin. How's the water?
Well, we keep it chilled to about 62 degrees in here, but with a quarter-inch wetsuit on, I'm really rather toasty. It doesn't get much better than this.
Can you tell us a little bit about the animals that we see around you?
Sure. First, you'll notice the schooling fishing swimming around me. We have several species. We have top smelt, sardines, anchovies, mackerel. There's a large top smelt going by right now. We also have the bat rays and the guitar fish in here. Both the bat rays and guitar fish are related to sharks, even though they don't look like them. They have cartilaginous skeletons versus bony skeletons. They're both members of a subclass called Moray.
These are all fascinating animals, Verlin. What does a bat ray eat?
Well, here I'm feeding them squid. They really enjoy that. That makes up the large part of their diet here at SeaWorld. And they also enjoy eating clams and other crustaceans they find in the bottom. I've seen them digging in the submarine canyons around here, digging down into the sand to dig up clams, and they'll crush them with their teeth. That's similar to sharks' too. Their teeth are constantly growing, they're constantly renewing. The ones in the back push the ones in the front out, and they'll simply fall out when they eat. In fact, if I search around through the sand here, you can find these teeth laying amongst the exhibit. They don't grow in a semicircle pattern like a shark or like even you or mine do. They form in real tight bony plates, one at the top of their mouth and one at the bottom. They'll take a clam the size of your fist into their mouth and they'll actually crush it and eat it.
Now, although these rays are related to sharks, their teeth don't look very sharp.
No, they make that flat, bony surface. Kind of imagine a flattened out turtle shell. The teeth are real tight together.
Verlin, you seem fairly comfortable around these animals. Are bat rays or guitar fish dangerous to people?
Oh, well, not really, especially to a diver in the water. However, somebody wading in the shallow waters near the beach could accidentally step upon a stingray. They do have a venomous spine located just at the base of their tail. If you were to actually step upon the animal, their tail would whip up much like a scorpion's does and would stick you with that spine.
How can we avoid stepping on stingrays when we go to the beach?
Very easy. The simplest way to do it is just to shuffle your feet, bounce the balls of your feet along the bottom, scare away that ray before you step on it or startle it.
And what other kinds of animals are there in the Forbidden Reef?
Well, right over here we have about a dozen California morays. Let's take a look.
Those morays are pretty fierce.
Yes, they do give that appearance. That menacing look is caused because they hold their mouths open to respire.
So morays don't ever really hurt people?
Well, that's not exactly true. If a person has been bitten by a moray, it's probably because they stuck their hand into the moray's hole and frightened and startled it.
All right now we're getting a close-up of a moray's mouth, and we can see their sharp teeth. Tell me something, Verlin. There are many eels that are in hiding places and others that are swimming around. How often do they leave these hiding places?
They do stay in the hiding places for most of the daylight hours. However, at night they will go around the reef in search of food, crabs, lobsters, maybe sleeping fish, but their favorite is octopus.
They look like snakes. Are moray eels snakes or are they fish?
They have that long snake-like appearance, but they're really fish. They get their oxygen through the water, unlike us and the snakes, where we get our oxygen from breathing air with our lungs.
Speaking of breathing air, how are you breathing while you're underwater?
Well, I have a scuba tank on my back. Scuba is an acronym for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. This metal cylinder holds about the same volume of air that would be in, say, a telephone booth compressed down. The regulator here in the front of my mask delivers it at ambient pressure, at the same pressure of the water, so I can breathe it easily. Speaking of which, I think it's about time I go up now. See you later.
Thank you for telling us about two fascinating animals at the Forbidden Reef. You know, the ocean is home